first of all, it's going to sting, and that indicates to you that your skin is open. You ever do that? Shave your legs and go in the salt water right away, and you're like, ouch, ouch, ouch at first, because you have open cuts on your skin from shaving, and the salt stings it. And now it's like, nobody's eating Swiss cheese, nobody's going to the beach, nobody's having sex, everybody's washing their hands and peeing a lot. I know, and then your kids hate you because you're like all over your kids about being clean all of a sudden. I love that commercial, you're not as clean as you think. Remember that commercial? Kid drags his backpack all the way home on the ground over dog piles and everything else, and then he comes home and throws his backpack on the bed. And then they have the one where the guy like dries off the dog with the towel, hangs the towel up, and then the other guy comes out of the shower and grabs it. Or the guy at the gym uses the towel, hangs it up, the guy comes out of the steam bath and grabs the towel. Not as clean as you think. Alrighty, you know, Helicobacter causes gastritis, which is ulcer inflammation. And since it can live in your stomach, it must tolerate acid, so it's acidophilic. And you know, Burgess Manual, what do we use Burgess Manual for? To classify bacteria. Are there going to be fungi in Burgess Manual? Viruses in Burgess Manual? Parasites in Burgess Manual? No, it's bacteria only. No protista, nothing else, just bacteria. Okay, you know what cyanobacteria are? You know what archaeobacteria are? You know what mycoplasmas are? You know what mycobacterium is? You know what chlamydia and rickettsia are, right? How about proteobacteria? What am I talking about when I say proteobacteria? Are they gram-negative or gram-positive? Gram-negative. Enterobacteriaceae are gram-negative bacteria. They're proteobacteria. But they're a special group of proteobacteria. What Greek letter are they? Gamma. Gamma proteobacteria. Which has nothing to do with gamma hemolytic. So sorry. So remember, proteobacteria are gram-negative bacteria. Enterobacteriaceae are proteobacteria. They're a type of gram-negative bacteria. They happen to be gamma proteobacteria. Okie dokie. What kind of bacteria cause toxic shock syndrome? Lots of different kinds, but they excrete exotoxins. That's why it's called toxic shock, because it excretes exotoxins into your bloodstream through the walls of your vagina, perhaps, right? Toxic shock syndrome. Could be caused by Staph aureus. There's other types of toxic shock syndrome caused by Streptococcus pyogenes. But those are both gram-positive. Why gram-positive? Because gram-positive bacteria produce exotoxins, and exotoxins cause toxic shock syndrome. Botulism, is it an exotoxin or an endotoxin? Clostridium botulinum is gram-negative or gram-positive? It's gram-positive. That's why it causes an exotoxin. Botulism is an exotoxin. Food intoxication. Why is it called food intoxication? Because you're sick from the toxin in the food. Who put the toxin in the food? Gram-positive bacteria put exotoxin. They excreted exotoxin into your food. Who are the two endospore-forming bacteria? What genera?
Clostridium and Bacillus.
And Bacillus. Clostridium. Perfringens is gangrene, tetani is tetanus, botulinum is botulism, difficile is C. diff. Bacillus anthracis, anthrax, and then we use one in lab called Bacillus subtilis, which is the most common type of food poisoning. Often it'll make your milk go sour, it'll cause other types of food poisoning also. But the worst food poisoning is botulism. That's the worst one. Alrighty. Let's see. What else do we know about those endospore-forming genera? They're anaerobic. They're obligate anaerobes. The Clostridium are, not the Bacillus, but the Clostridium are obligate anaerobes. and Clostridium are gram-positive. Bacillus is also gram-positive, but it's facultative. It's not an obligate anaerobe. Okay? Do you remember Bacteroides bacteria? They're in your bowels as well as in your mouth. Oh, that's creepy. And they're anaerobic.
Which one were those?
Bacteroides, it's section 6 under the gram-positive.
Oh.
So what are our two strict anaerobes? Clostridium and Bacteroides. What are our two endospore formers? Clostridium and Bacillus. All of those three, Clostridium, Bacillus, and Bacteroides, are all gram-positive. What else is a gram-positive bacterium that loves an acid environment and in fact produces lactic acid to make an acid environment? These kind of bacteria could be in yogurt. They're normal flora of your vagina, your digestive tract, your mouth, even your skin. You know what genus I'm talking about? Lactobacillus. Good.
So that the Bacteroides is gram-negative because it's gram-positive?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's gram-negative. You're right. Made a boo-boo. You know I get confused. Clostridium and Bacillus are gram-positive. Bacteroides is gram-negative. But what I want you to remember about Bacteroides, it's anaerobic. Clostridium's anaerobic, Bacteroides is anaerobic. Clostridium's gram-positive, Bacteroides is gram-negative. Thank you for reading. And let's see, where are we? Okay, don't forget about actinomyces. Anything with MYC, we thought it was a mold. Actinomyces are bacteria, a genus of bacteria from the section Actinomycetes with MYC in it, and Streptomyces also. They have MYC. Originally we thought they were molds, but they're filamentous soil bacteria. They resemble fungi, that's why they got the MYC in their name, or the mycetes in their name. But they're actually turn out to be filamentous soil bacteria and good for making antibiotics. What did we say was the most common STD in the United States? Okay, for protozoal. And what's another one? For bacteria, most common bacterial STD. Chlamydia. Alrighty. Okay. Let's see. That one. So what do you know about Pseudomonas? Pseudomonas aeruginosa. Pseudomonas species are gram-negative, aerobic. That's how you know, because Pseudomonas aeruginosa has aeruginosa in the name. And they can cause urinary tract infections in the hospital. And they can cause pneumonias in the hospital, usually a nosocomial infection. So Pseudomonas, green, slimy, remember, burn wounds, can also cause UTIs and pneumonias because it likes to stick. It'll stick in the bladder and the urethra. It'll stick in the lungs. It has a capsule. So Pseudomonas is a common nosocomial infection. UTIs, the catheters get contaminated or somehow it gets pushed up there when they put the catheter in. Also nosocomial pneumonias and burn wounds. So probably the three most common infections for Pseudomonas, green, slimy, kind of like your shirt. Hers is a little dark, more like your shirt. UTIs, pneumonias, burn wounds. That's what Pseudomonas usually causes, nosocomial in the hospital. Okie dokie. In lab, we're going to work with Enterobacteriaceae, which are facultatively anaerobic gram-negative rods, section 5. Enterobacteriaceae in your gut. They like to eat what we like to eat. What do we like to eat? Sugar. They're glycolytic. Glucose, glycolytic, break down. They break down glucose.
Which one?
Facultatively anaerobic gram-negative rods, in particular, family Enterobacteriaceae, the gut intestinal flora, love to eat glucose. They can do it aerobically and they can do it anaerobically because they're facultative anaerobes. What else is in our stomach? Lactose could be there. Some of them can use lactose, some of them don't. We're going to use that to help identify them. We're going to look for ones that are lactose fermenters and ones that aren't lactose fermenters. Also, what do they like? What's in our gut? Proteins and amino acids. So we're going to look at what proteins or what amino acids they can digest and help identify them that way. All the facultatively anaerobic gram-negative rods, the family Enterobacteriaceae in particular, they all are glycolytic. They all break down glucose. Some break down lactose, and different ones break down different amino acids. And that's what we're going to use to identify them. Ready? Okay. What was the bacterium that had a capsule that we looked at in lab in our slide? Klebsiella pneumoniae. Remember that? And what family is Klebsiella pneumoniae from? Enterobacteriaceae. What we're talking about. Also, you know what the term coliform means? Coliform means bacteria of the colon.